What's up everybody, it is I, Hero Vange, and welcome back to another episode of Battle Bites. Today we're gonna talk about probably the most satisfying thing that you can do in Pokemon Go PvP, and that is taking back the advantage, right? Once your opponent takes the advantage, it's quite difficult to make it back, but if you're able to snatch it back, it's a really satisfying feeling. So today I've got 5 clips, 5 Sinister Cup battles where I either take back the advantage from my opponent or my opponent takes the advantage from me. And I think this is gonna be a fantastic learning experience. Plus, you're gonna enjoy the clips because they're fantastic, right? But knowing how to do this is crucial for getting good in PvP because you have to have a backup plan if ever you lose out on the lead matchup. You're not gonna get that 100% of the time unless you're Psychic, alright? But unless you're Valor Ash. Yeah, and so yes, knowing how to do this is definitely a crucial skill, and also knowing how to prevent it is also very important because once you do have that lead advantage, you don't want to lose it. Before we jump into the first clip, take a look at my team comp here. I've got 2 steel types, right? I've got Steelix and I've got Empoleon, so just in case my Steelix goes down, I still have something to counter the ghosts to protect my Claydol, right? So yeah, without further ado, let's hop into the first battle. Alright, so we start the match off with Steelix versus Poliwrath. That's a bad first matchup. My opponent clearly has the advantage. Alright, first question. Do I have to switch right away? Remember, I have Empoleon in the back, right? So I don't have to switch right away because if my opponent pops up with Bastiodon, pops up with Alolan Marowak, pops up with... What else? What else beats Claydol? Steelix, right? I've got Empoleon for that, right? Second question. Can I push it to the point where I can give myself an advantage with my second Pokemon, which is Claydol? Actually, yes. As you can see right here, I baited him 2 times, right? I put the thing in a 0 shield scenario, plus I gave my Claydol some extra energy. And because I did that, I can take out the next Pokemon. If it was Bastiodon, I could have probably taken it out. If it was Steelix, yeah, I could have probably taken it out. And it's Marowak, so yes, I definitely took it out. Plus, I got to the third Pokemon with some more energy as well. I'm able to throw Earth Power, and this is just, it's amazing. Plus, I get the debuff, so, you know, things are happening. I snatch the advantage back, alright? So that's kind of like how you want to think about things. Do I need to switch right away? How bad is the matchup? Can I push it to the point where my second Pokemon can kind of sweep the rest of the team? Shout out to Rafi. Thank you so much for the battles. Thank you so much for the support, man. I appreciate it. He actually asked me for a shout out, which is different because most people would rather stay anonymous because they want to hide their play styles. But yeah, shout out to Rafi. Thank you so much, man. Okay, now going back to the team comp, as you can see, there's multiple layers of synergy overlap when it comes to coverage, right? Plus, I kind of like based it off his team of 6, right? So there's multiple coverage for steel types without having a fighter, right? There's also multiple coverage for ghost types, and in the right shield scenario with, you know, just a little bit of energy, Claydol can also take out Alolan Marowak, right? But there's only one Pokemon that can take out fighting, right? So you can kind of see his team of 6 now ish, right? But that's kind of like how I think, how I build my team, and yeah. Alright, so moving on to the next match, we've got a balanced team comp. Okay, and let me tell you something about balanced team comps, alright? It is so much harder to get back the advantage if you lose it with a balanced team comp if you don't have any hard counters, alright? If you don't have any hard counters, it is gonna be impossible for you to get back the advantage if you lose it. Now, the thing that happens in the clip has nothing to do with having hard counters, soft counters. Actually, I'm gonna use most of the Pokemon here as a soft counter, right? Even if the 2 in the back, like Medicham, is a hard counter to steel types. Gardevoir is a hard counter to fighters, alright? Yes. The thing that happens in the clip has nothing to do with that, but just know that if you're gonna build a team like this, right, like a balanced trio, you want to have hard counters. Now, this team comp right here is honestly not that great. Like, the first Pokemon has fantastic coverage, but it's not a safe switch, right? Because it's up in front. The 2 Pokemon in the back, they're mostly hard counters, right? Mostly hard counters. Like when faced with other things, they don't really hold up, right? So for that third slot, instead of Medicham, what I would suggest you have is a safe switch like Dusclops. Dusclops is a fantastic generalist. You swap it in, it gets a little bit of energy. Your opponent swaps out, brings in something, and now since you have the energy advantage, a lot of your matchups kind of like flip over. All right, so Dusclops, that's one of the safe switches for the Sinister Cup. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the battle. All right, so we start the match off with the first question. Do we stay in? Answer: no. Why? Because the thing is, it's based off the team comp, right? Plus, why my Gardevoir? Why not my Medicham? Alright? So the thing is, my Medicham had hard counters on his team of 6. Ghost types, right? My Gardevoir cannot take ghost types out efficiently, and so I cannot afford to lose my Steelix. Yes? Yes. My Gardevoir, why did I swap it in? Now, it did have some counters on his team of 6, but they weren't that hard, right? Not that hard. So, yeah. If I were to sacrifice like one Pokemon, it would be the one with not hard counters, right? Because that would mean I have a chance of beating them, right? So yeah, but it's much easier with a safe switch, right? So yes, the thing is you want to push as hard as you can with your balanced team of 3 to beat the second Pokemon in line, right? So whatever, if you swap in, he swaps in, you want to win that swap in match, right? That locked in match. No matter what, block twice, just do everything that you can to win that because you want to line it up, like realign your Pokemon to the right ones, right? So my Medicham got to the Poliwrath, my Steelix is now fighting his Drifblim. So yeah, that's basically it. Much easier with a safe switch plus with a hard counter, right? So if you get your hard counter on its right Pokemon, you can kind of like take that Pokemon down, plus get some extra damage on the next Pokemon, right? So that would really help your third Pokemon beat that Pokemon, but you got it aligned, so you're goods. Actually, if you flip that thing around, you can kind of like prevent it from happening to you, right? So if your opponent swaps out right away, your opponent needs that Pokemon. That's the key Pokemon. You have to beat that Pokemon no matter what, so you have to get it aligned the right way. So whatever switches in, you have to make sure to beat it, right? So whatever you switch in has to beat that second Pokemon so that you don't get realigned. Do whatever you can. Do not lose that second matchup. Alright, so we start the match off with Steelix versus Medicham. Now this time, I have a safe switch, okay? Alright? Interesting thing, that was a Psycho Cut Medicham. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw a Future Sight. Yes, Cresselia can take a lot, right? And also dish a lot of damage. So yeah, if you don't face, let's say, Bastiodon, Bronzong, there's no really like hard counter for Cresselia other than those two. Let me think of like other ones. Not really a lot. You can still put out like a lot of damage, right? So yeah, ghost types, you can still hit them for pretty hard. So yeah, nice safe switch, okay? So I did everything that I could to try to get that second matchup. He didn't block because it seemed like even if he blocked my my Ice Beam, I might have still taken that, or like at least simultaneous KO. And now, I have it aligned the right way. I got the hard counter on Medicham, but the thing is, my goal is now not to win this matchup, but to use my hard counteriness to give myself the shield advantage plus the energy advantage, right? So I want to leave Medicham at like super uber low HP plus bait out all the shields, right? So that my Steelix can just pound the last Pokemon with an Earthquake, block whatever he has to throw, and just secure the win, right? So yes, as you can see, I'm just throwing a Bone Club. I do not want to beat Medicham, right? Okay, so there we go. That's actually perfect. Like just a couple of hits, all right, for the extra energy, and I have the shield advantage. So yeah, I got the Earthquake. I'm gonna throw it. It's not gonna kill yet. Shiny Steelix is amazing. Like, I love it, man. I don't have a Shiny Steelix yet, but yeah, anyway, I'm going on a tangent. But yes, because of that, I get the crunch, and we got it. Okay, so, but the thing is, winning that second match is the key thing. Alright, so you have a general idea of the balanced trio type situation, right? With the safe switch plus the hard counter, right? Type of thing. Yeah, now let's go back to doubling up, because I feel like doubling up is a much safer way to like get back the advantage type of situation. Plus, if you already have the advantage, then fine, right? Fine. Alright, so as you can see, I've got Steelix up front. Now the thing is, I don't want my Bastiodon up front because the difference between them is Steelix still does a hefty amount to the things that beat it, right? It still does a hefty amount to Poliwrath. It still does a hefty amount to Medicham. And then actually, like, in some movesets, like, let's say Psycho Cut, it's actually pretty close, right? The thing is, you don't want to have your hard counter up front because, especially like in this situation, right? In this situation, I read the team comp. I was like, oh my god, so many Pokemon are walled by Bastiodon, right? So you want to hide that key Pokemon, save it for like the last Hail Mary burst, right? Because you might not even intend to get back the advantage, and you take it because you have this type of team comp, right? You save that key Pokemon for last, all right? So if you can see, like, your opponent has to, like, so many Pokemon that lose to this one Pokemon of yours, save it. Have the counter to your hard counter, because most hard counters have hard counters, right? In your lineup. So basically, Cresselia is there to protect my Bastiodon no matter what, right? No matter what, I have to take out the fighter with my Cresselia, because if I don't, my hard counter is gonna be useless, right? So yeah, and then for the lead, kind of like have a nice generalist type lead. I really like Drifblim, I like Steelix, I like sometimes Dusclops, sometimes Poliwrath is really nice, right? Just like have a nice wide, try to catch the lead type situation, right? But if you want to double up like this, Steelix for Bastiodon in the back, right? If you see that your opponent has so many things weak to Bastiodon, okay? This is a fantastic clip. I was battling someone who is really good, someone that I actually like admire as a PvPer, so yeah, let's see how we do. This matchup happens so often, it's just you gotta get used to it, okay? But interesting thing is he's got the Mudshot, all right? So I'm like, okay, he's throwing a thing. You know what? It's Dynamic Punch. Okay, it's not. That sucks. That really sucks. I did not throw a single thing. I did not. Oh my god, this is bad. Okay, but the thing is, my Cresselia is doing its job. Okay, Cresselia doing its job, not blocking, alright, not giving shield advantage, not doing anything. My hard counter is on the hard counter of my hard counter. You get it? Type of situation? Okay, so yes, I'm just throwing and throwing and throwing. Okay, I've got extra energy. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the appropriate charge attack. Okay, out comes Drifblim. Fantastic. My Bastiodon's got that. I'm a little bit scared that in the back, there's another steel type. Pops out with Lugia. I'm like, oh my sweet god. Yes. Yes. Not only that, I have 2 shields on my hard counter. And so I was just like giving it. You know, I didn't need to snatch it just because I prepared really well. Just because I read the team and I got lucky that he doubled up. I can take it. Okay. Alright. Nice. This is a really nice clip. I honestly didn't expect that I would win. I thought I got hydro pumped. All right, I'm dead. that was the thing. And actually, like here, I didn't mean to do this one. You'll see it later, but I didn't mean to do this one thing because I was like in my head right at this point. I was still like, you know, full force, full focus type situation. I didn't mean to not block here. I didn't mean to flex, right? But I thought that Lugia was still alive, so you know, I was like. Alright, so that's gonna be it for the guide part of this video, alright? So I hope you learned something, probably not, right? But yeah, this last clip is just fun, but it is so good. It is so, I could not like leave it out of the video, so yeah. Alright, so we start the match off with a matchup that is not that bad, okay? I've got the Hex version, right? Hex Club, so I lose, Feint Attack wins, but I was hoping that I could kind of just, you know, throw and throw and throw and maybe fake that I had Feint Attack, or maybe he didn't know the matchup. Maybe it's stuff that you just forget about, right? Or maybe swap out to catch a crunch with my Steelix at some point, right? But I wanted to do as much damage as I could. He swapped to his Poliwrath. He caught my Fire Punch. That's fantastic because my Cresselia can now come in, confusion this thing down, right? He throws a charge attack. What is it? Hydro Pump? Hydro Pump's gonna do still like a good bit. No, it's Power Up Punch. Wonderful. My Cresselia is healthy. Okay, my Dusclops is in the back. It's got, you know, some energy plus some HP, enough HP to like throw another thing, right? My Steelix hasn't been touched. Okay, out pops Drifblim. Amazing. Amazing, right? So the thing is, this thing is gonna take a lot of like damage from Aurora Beam, so he has the block. right? He has to block. Okay, so I'm throwing Aurora Beam. Okay, wonderful. He blocked twice. Beautiful. This is the moment right here. Okay, so I was waiting for this Steelix, and I knew this was Crunch, right? Yeah, definitely Crunch. Okay, so I was waiting for the Steelix to come in because I wanted to like nail it with the Earthquake, right? So obviously, like since my Steelix popped in first, his Steelix would have less energy, right? So yes, so I thought it was a Shadow Ball, and I was actually not in the Shadow Ball KO range. But the things did you see, guys, that his Drifblim got the boost. And because his Drifblim got the boost, I had 2 healthy Pokemon, right? Now I have 1 healthy Pokemon, that's Cresselia. It's not healthy anymore, it's dead, okay? And I had, you know, a charge attack on this guy, which might have maybe dented this thing, but no, not really, no. You know, because that defense, oh my god. You guys wanna know what I was thinking? Alright, this is honestly what I was thinking, alright? Okay, let me block so that, you know, it doesn't seem like I'm flexing. I don't want to talk about it. As 3v1 with the shield advantage, with some charge attacks to throw, all the advantages were on my side and I lost. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Remember to leave a like, comment down below. Boosted, all caps, alright? You can add a smiley face or like a sad face depending on how you feel, alright? Just boosted emoji, okay? Before we go, last thing, right? Just like as a kicker, alright? We were having a best of 5 and that was the deciding match. Subscribe if you haven't yet, ding that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys!